Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the first video in the new setup that I have here in my new hockey room. Today we're gonna talk about the prediction. So the first out of 5 videos that I will do, that I'm doing every year to predict each division of the NHL and of course after the playoffs. And in the end, at the end of video number 5, you will see who I pick for the Stanley Cup Championship in 2026. This year the predictions, as every year, they're getting hotter and hotter. We have, I think, more and more parity going through the NHL, and a lot of teams can win the Stanley Cup. A lot of teams can win the division, and we will have a lot of great and intense and very, very beautiful games. I really hope so. I have the board out. Today we will predict the first division, which will be the Central Division, 1 through 8 on the board. So let's get it on. And as always, I'm wearing a team that either surprises my opinion in the positive or in the negative. You will see as soon as you can read the name Utah on the board behind me. So now let's get it on. The Central Division, I have my notes down there in front. So let's see, what do I predict? Let's start at the bottom of the board. And I think no big surprise, I pick at number 8 the Chicago Blackhawks. With Connor Bedard, they do have a cornerstone for their future, but he doesn't have the team he needs for a playoff push yet. This could change next year when maybe they can draft Gavin McKenna and their young core develops further. I just heard today that Vlasic might be out for a huge chunk of the season. This, of course, will increase their chances for a good draft pick and reduce their chances for a good season. But in case everything works normally, so without most injuries, I think the Blackhawks will still be last of the division, but much closer to the rest than they were last year. Talking about the rest, who will be number 7? I think this will be, and no surprise as well, this will be the Nashville Predators. They went all in last year. They got Stamkos, they got Marchessault, and it did not work out at all. The Preds really had some problems. Will they go into a full rebuild? It's possible, but with these contracts they signed last year, it's, I think, very unlikely. They will have some time to suffer before it gets better. Nashville still at 7. I don't think they will be that far away from Chicago, but we will see about this. Number 6 should be, and I think here the controversy will start. I have the Minnesota Wild at 6. They are finally out of their cap penalty for buying out Zach Parise and Ryan Suter. So they can spend, comparing to last year, $15 million extra dollars. Right now, I'm not fully aware if they have done so or if they still have cap space left. At least they extended Kaprizov, but his contract, $17 million per season, will kick in, not this season, but next season. So this does not hinder them in the salary cap front this year. I still think that the Minnesota Wild are just the 6th best team in the division. They have Kaprizov, they have Boldy, they have Rossi. It's a good team, but I think goaltending could be a problem. I think the age of the defense, especially with Brodin, could be a problem. Let's see about this. At 5, I have the St. Louis Blues. Comparing to Minnesota, I think they have a better, younger core with Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou. Jordan Binnington in net, he can be pretty much on fire. You know of course what I'm talking about. He will be a rock for the St. Louis Blues, but it will be just enough for them to come in at number 5. Because, and here comes most likely a surprise, what I think, the Utah Mammoth, that's why I'm wearing the Utah jersey, I think will come in at number 4. The former Arizona Coyotes, now the second year out of the desert and into the Mormon State at the Salt Lake. They already had a great young core when they were in Arizona. They, I think, improved quite a lot in the last 2 years, and this is not taking into account the quality they already had, and that improved in this time as well. Now this year with the sniper JJ Peterka, as you know, he is from Munich. I am from Munich. Of course, I have to root for JJ for the Utah Mammoth. He can score 40 goals. Let's see if he does. But the potential is huge for Utah. And if their goaltending, Carl Vejmelka, can hold up, I think Utah can and should make the playoffs. Maybe they can even jump higher and challenge for the top 3 in the division, but I think the top 3 of last year will still be the top 3 this year, but just in a different order, because I think third will be the Winnipeg Jets. They had an extraordinary season in 2024-2025. Connor Hellebuyck winning not only the Vezina, but also the Hart as the league MVP. And it's rare that a goalie wins league MVP. Hellebuyck did it last year. All my respect still for Connor Hellebuyck and the effort he put into the regular season 2024-2025. The whole team did not have a lot of weak points. They just were good. They will not be as good this year just because they all played at their limits. They will not do it again this year. They will save some energy for the playoffs. And I think Winnipeg will be a bigger threat in the playoffs this season than last season. Second, I think, will be the Colorado Avalanche. Yeah, Cale Makar and Nathan MacKinnon on this team. Gabriel Landeskog looks to be back. The goaltending with Mackenzie Blackwood not having to be brought in during the regular season, but being there from the get-go. This will give them, I think, very good chances to clinch the number 2 spot and therefore clinch home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Yeah, I think this was their problem last season, that they had Game 7 on the road in Dallas and there they lost. This year they should have Game 7 at home against Winnipeg, and then let's see what happens, but this will be another video. And this leaves for the top spot of the Central Division the Dallas Stars. Yeah. Last year they were second behind Winnipeg, which had, as mentioned, an extraordinary season. This year I think it could be Dallas' turn for an extraordinary season. Yeah, they do have cap problems, as every contending team in the NHL normally has. But this year they still have Jason Robertson under contract and brought in Mikko Rantanen. Next year, when they have to deal with Robertson as well, in addition to everybody else, to Hintz, to Rantanen, to Jake Ottinger, to Heiskanen, and all the other guys, Harley, Wyatt Johnson. This is right now a very good team, but they will be cap strapped very, very soon, although the cap will rise. But Dallas has such a great core and so many good young players that this will be a problem, but not this season, but the next one. I think this year it's Dallas' turn to win the division. They are very strong and they still do not have the cap problems as they will have in the seasons to come. Okay, that's my prediction of the Central Division. Let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comment section below. And let me also know, what do you think about this new setup? With me now not sitting but standing, and the jerseys behind me, I think they look pretty good. Nice idea by Mrs. Psychopunk. Thank you very, very much, my darling. She's laughing. Okay, she likes it. And with the board here, let me know, how do you like this setup? Thank you once again for watching. Stay tuned, because something new again. There will be now 2 videos a day with these predictions. So this one regular at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 p.m. my time here in Munich, Germany, which is 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific. And 6 hours later, so 9 p.m. my time, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, will be the next video for the Pacific Division. Okay, I hope you stay tuned for the next video in 6 hours. See you soon here on the channel. Until then, goodbye.